Hello and welcome to Odds on League and Match Day 11. Now we have PSG 6 points away from Olympique Marseille and Monaco. Big surprise. Alain Valnegri losing to Angers. We didn't expect that.
Yes, and when we lose, it was one of the game we lose the last for the last journey. Angers is a very good away team. Now they must improve at home, and it's a challenge about the the recently promoted team, and we will be check from this journey because they have a big challenge at home because they received Paris Saint-Germain.
It's been a big traffic jam in the relegation zone. 6 teams in 3 points from Le Havre with 9 points till Toulouse with 12, and also very packed in the top in the Champions League spots. Olympique Marseille second with 20 points together with Monaco and only 2 points away. Lille. So let's analyze this new match day. Remember, guys, to leave your comments. Of course, we have a derby on Sunday, Lyon, Saint-Etienne. So let's go on now with the show. And the first game is going to be on Friday. We have Olympique Marseille. Auxerre. Olympique Marseille, the best away team in this competition. They are brilliant when they are playing away, beating Nantes, but at home, Alain, they have a big problem. Only 5 points in 4 games. They are in the bottom 3 as a home team in this season. Let's see if they are able to beat Auxerre, a mid-table team doing a brilliant season. They smashed Rennes in the last game.
Yes, 4-0. 4-0. The last time we saw Olympique Marseille suffered at home was the season with Mitchell in the bench. And we are speaking about season 2015-2016. And yes, only just one point per game at home. The problem is the goal, because when we analyze the average of goals scored at home is only 5 goals in 4 games, but when they're played away, 18 goals in 6 games, 3 goals per game away, 1 goal per game at home. What means? It means when they must to play with attack, positional attacking, Olympique Marseille is not ready to dominate the rival, and it means in transition the team suffer. The team suffer a lot to run behind, and that one the Zerbi must to working about that. Auxerre have a magician in the bench. Pellissier always he arrived to the objective. Always. From Luzenac to Amiens, after in Lorient, now in Auxerre. Really, really brilliant results. The last game was the most brilliant game about Auxerre. At home is the second team in the table, Auxerre. There must to improve away, because away only 1 point in 5 games is a good opportunity to go to Marseille to try to catch point. It's difficult for me to predict 1x2 or for this game. For that, I choose multi goals, 2 or 4 goals, 2, 3 or 4 goals. In the game is a new market I use, and the odds is 1.53.
Okay, you expect goals, better odds than if you go for over 2 goals, but could be another option having a lot of problems. Olympique de Marseille at the Velodrome. On Saturday, 3 games, Strasbourg. Monaco back-to-back defeats, having problems, losing surprisingly with Angers and also with Nice. It's 3 winless games with in Ligue 1 for them. Remember that they are playing Champions League in midweek, and it's never easy to go to Strasbourg. What is going on with Monaco, Alain?
But Monaco has a lot of injured. Balogun, Salisu, Zakaria, Wanderson doesn't play the last game. Wanderson, especially in that type of game, to open the rival defense is really important because he is a really offensive back right, and he make the difference to create the space to move the block about the rival. Now, in Strasbourg, it's always difficult to play. The classification from the beginning of the season, we saw at Strasbourg really dominant at home. The third team with more points, a really interesting average of goals scored, 2 goals per game when they're played at home, and one goal received. That one means probably is a game with goal, but with Monaco is difficult to predict. Monaco must to play in champions. I think Strasbourg have something more. In my opinion, the double opportunity is so interesting, and I choose Strasbourg 1x against Monaco odds 1.87.
All right. A surprise, they haven't lost at home, 3 wins and 2 draws. As you mentioned, the third best home team in Ligue 1. Next game is Lens Nantes. Lens lost to PSG after losing also the derby against Lille. Is only 1 win in the last 8 games, so they are in crisis, especially weak playing at home. Alain, only 1 win and 5 points. Usually Lens, they are building a stronghold when they play at the 𝗀𝗲𝗄𝐻. Nantes, 10 points, risking relegation as well, winless in the last 7, so 2 teams in crisis.
Yes, Lens is in crisis, especially with the goal, because when they played at home, 3 games without score. Against Lyon, against Lille, against Nice, is team with ambition, but that one means Lens have a problem with that, especially when they played at home. And now we must to record. Lens have a lot of injured player, especially in the offensive line, because when do you have Wesley Said, Satriano, Fulgini, 𝐿𝐭𝐴𝐵 injured, is difficult to find solution when the titular player is are in the field, and that one as still must to find solution quickly. Is a good opportunity to meet Nantes, because Nantes is in a very bad moment, because it's the worst streak from the beginning of the season. Remember, Edu, Nantes start well the season, but in the last months we saw a team with a lot of limit, because it's a team without a really good defensive phase, and with the goals there are problems since a lot of season in Nantes. Away there was really good last season from the beginning of the season, and they lose that. Go to Lens. I think Lens is really favorite for this game. I choose Lens winning odds 1.67.
And the other game we have on Saturday is PSG. PSG opening a gap with the second, 6 points now to Marseille and to Monaco. Beat Lille. Beat Lens only 1-0 with the Dembélé scoring in the early minutes. I guess they will be focused in the Champions League, and I'm not sure, Alain, this could be a problem with Angers, a team coming out from the dead with 10 points right now, beating Monaco and Saint-Etienne in the last 2 games, the first 2 wins of the season, actually, for Angers.
Yes, and it's 4 games without lose. They're drawing in Marseille and Toulouse, but it's away team. It's an away team. Angers. Angers from the beginning of the season. When they're played away, they show a lot of limits. When they must to attack, to take the initiative, they have some limit. They won against Saint-Etienne, who was one of the worst team when they played away. and they show limit, especially against Nice, against Stade de Reims. We saw a team suffered against a team with different model of play, with direct football like Nice, with associative football like Reims. They suffered. Probably the block is mentally there must to change that. When we analyze from the beginning of the season the game of Angers at home, one thing is really clear. In the first half, we saw always goal. And Paris Saint-Germain, we known that capacity to dominate the game from the midfield and to have that skills to create a lot of occasion. And in my opinion, we will be so goals in the first half. For that reason, I choose over 1.25 goals. In case of only one goal is score is money back. Odds 1.25.
Well, PSG to win is only 1.27. So, looking to some other markets. Games, Alain, on Sunday, Nice Lille. This is a really good one. Fifth against the fourth. Lille. They are in great form, even if they drew with Lyon the previous weekend. Jonathan David scored again. It's 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5 games. Remember that they are also playing Champions League. And Nice, great win for them in Brest after winning the derby in Monaco. So 2 teams arriving in a good moment, and the odds are really high for every outcome.
Yes, maybe Nice after their lose in Hungary. We saw a team with the identity about Frédéric Hez. Is the loss to the last 2 seasons. A really strong team, really direct team, really interesting how they attack the space. The winning in Brest is really important for Nice. The winning against Monaco, in my opinion, start the project about Hez, and he has player to fight for the Champions League. In my opinion, they do a really good market in the last 2 seasons. Maybe this summer it was not so active, but the team have a lot of quality, and now they must to confirm that. Lille, when they played in Nice, is always difficult for Nice. In the last 12 games in Nice, Lille won only 1 times. But now when we check the beginning of the season, Lille is one of the team with the best form, especially in defense. Is the best defense in the last 5 games. And that if we take in consideration their won games away, made Lille a really serious candidate to go back to champions. Now this with the game against Juventus, now we must to wait. We must to wait a little with the energy. How can be affect Lille, and this is, in my opinion, in the best moment in the season where they play at home. They never lose at home in Ligue 1 this season, and I choose 1x draw. The odds are so interesting. 1.87.
Okay, draw no bet for Nice. So
draw no bet, yeah.
You get your money back. If Nice win, you win your bet. The odds, as I said, are similar for both outcomes. So really good game. Next one is Le Havre Reims. Le Havre beat Montpellier in the game with the 2 worst teams in Ligue 1. So right now they are only 1 point away from staying in Ligue 1. Reims, we have great odds actually to back them, even if they've lost the last 3 games, Alain, against Toulouse, Brest, and Auxerre. They are favorite, but still, as I said, the odds are kind of good if you are back in the away team.
Yes, it's a special game for 𝐿𝐭𝐿𝐬𝐿, the manager of France. going back to Le Havre after he promoted the team in Ligue 1. He do a very good first part of the season last year, and in the last journey he found the words to save the category after a beginning of the year really bad. Now is Stade de Reims. It's difficult to predict Stade de Reims from the beginning of the season because when they had a really good moment, they lose 3 games consecutive in Auxerre, in Toulouse, at home against Brest. In the last 3 games, I lose a lot of confidence with Stade de Reims, especially with the relationship with the goal, because after the 4 goals against Montpellier, we saw Stade de Reims score only 2 goals in the last 3 games, and was some games not easy, but game comfortable for Stade de Reims. Le Havre was in a really poor moment with 6 game losing, only one goal scored in 6 games, and against Montpellier they won 1-0. But Montpellier is not a reference right now, and I think Le Havre have a lot of job. 𝗛𝗏𝗏 is already in the bench, but every Sunday he risks his place. And in my opinion, 𝐜𝐿𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭 will be recovered his team Sunday in Le Havre. Reims winning odds 2.30.
All right, next game is gonna be Montpellier-Brest. Desperate Montpellier, only 4 points, 30 goals conceded, the worst team by far in this league, and now hosting Brest. They were climbing in the table until they lost to Nice. Remember also that they are in the Champions League, and away from home is only 1 win and 3 defeats. But anyway, Alain, same, the odds to back the away team, if we are talking a Champions League team against the bottom of the table, are good.
It's really strange. It's really strange. The odds is not the quality of the team, and the moment of the team is not. It doesn't reflect to the odds, because in the odds we have a lot of balance. Now, Saint-Etienne is back to the Montpellier bench. What changed? So, 𝗋𝐿𝐴 arrived to have a leader in defense. But the most surprising things in Montpellier is the problem with the goal, because Montpellier, remember, last season, at the beginning of the season, Montpellier was a team score in every game. The best team to score with Montpellier was a really sure bet the last season and in the first 5 journey. Right now, 3 games without goal. And 𝗀𝐿𝐴 must to find solution quickly, because he's in the bottom of the table, but he's 6 points far to Saint-Etienne, who mark the play out line. He must assume quickly. Brest is a Champions League team. We know the model of play of Brest is a really strong team when they defend, when their attack is a transition team, and Montpellier suffer the transition team since few years with Zakarian, now with 𝗀𝐿𝐴. 𝗀𝐿𝐴 try to start his 3rd times in the bench in Montpellier from the defense, to have that strengthness in defense to after can be working with the offensive phase. You have a lot of job. And in my opinion, right now, if Montpellier can save the category, it will be a miracle. But in spite of that, I think Montpellier can be scored again after 3 games without goals. Brest 2, I choose both teams to score, odds 1.62.
All right, if you want to risk a little bit more, why not adding Brest to win and both teams to score? The odds, I'm sure, are over 3. So it could be a good idea. Next game is Rennes to lose, or 2 teams in trouble, especially disappointing decision for Rennes, very, very close to their relegation spots. It's been a disaster. They beat Le Havre at least only 1-0 in the last home game, but it's only 1 win in the last 6 games for them. Toulouse, Alain, they were able, as we said, to beat Rennes and Montpellier in the last 2 games to stay away from the relegation spots. It's 7 points in the last 9 for them.
Yes, it's the best streak from the beginning of the season for Toulouse. 3 games without defeat. After the defeat in Lille, the fans of Toulouse was worried because the team have a lot of problem to manage the score during the game. They lose the game in the last minute, and that one is not a good meaning when we analyze the things. Now Rennes have a lot of problem from 2 years, from 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons that they don't correct the problem away, but it's an attitude problem. Remember, Edu, 2 years ago, I said you a lot of time when they played away, they miss attitude, they miss aggressivity, they lose his football because at home they won against the best team in the last season, Rennes, and the technical value, the technical skills are really high in Rennes. Is a team must to fight for a European spot. Maybe not for the Champions League, but for the European spot for sure. For sure, they're sold really well. Their player, they have good scouter. Massara is a very good sporting director. Now that they must to change the attitude. They must to work with from the brain to have the best version of every player and try to have a collective synergy to dominate the game. If we analyze the technical value about both teams, is not reflects to the odds. Now, when they played at home, Rennes, we saw the best version because in 5 games, 10 points is 5th in the table. The problem is when they played away, only 1 point in 5 games. Toulouse away have a good balance because it's 1 point per game, the average. But in spite of that, I wait a reaction about Rennes. I choose Rennes winning odds 2.15.
And the last game we are going to analyze is Lyon Saint-Etienne. This is a derby. Of course, we didn't see last season because Saint-Etienne was in the Ligue 2, but there we have again the derby. The last win for 𝗵𝗲𝗄 was in 2019, a long time ago. They are still in the bottom 3 despite the win 2-0 against Strasbourg, but doing better when they are playing at home. Away only 1 point for Saint-Etienne. Lyon, Alain, 3 winless games, although I guess the draw with Lille was kind of positive.
When they played at home is another team. Is another team. Now the derby is the derby. Is probably one of the hottest derby in France, because in my opinion, PSG-OM is not a derby. Is the Clásico from the Liga and the national derby, no? But the regional derby, we have 2 derby really hot in France. The derby of Rhône, Lyon Saint-Etienne, and the derby from the north, Lens-Lille. The derby is back. 2 years without a derby. Lyon will be really motivated. We saw an improvement of Lyon in a difficult field like Lille. They catch a very good draw, but especially with the attitude, with the mentality, because they found the goal of the of the draw in the extra time at the end of the game, and that one, in my opinion, is a very good thing, because it was a really good, difficult week for Lyon, but they have that mentality to catch a very good draw in Lille. Now, at home, with the hostility, because it will be really hostile, the field Sunday in Lyon, when we consider Saint-Etienne away suffered a lot, only 1 point, but 19 goals received in 5 games. With that one, you go to Ligue 2. But Saint-Etienne have something special, and something special is his stadium. When they played at home, Saint-Etienne always won more points than a normal team, because 𝗲𝗲𝗀 is probably the hottest stadium with Vélodrome in France. In spite of that, I see Lyon winning with 2.75 goals in the game, odds 1.70.
Okay, hot derby to finish this match day in France. Just remember again that we are on Discord and that we have available our tipster competition now that we are at the start of the month of at the beginning of the month of November. You can participate, of course, in our monthly competitions, and why not in our Premier League or NFL competitions for tipsters. Alain, tell me your safe bet.
Montpellier Brest over 1.75 goals, odds 1.25.
And tell me your ACCA.
OM Auxerre multi-goal 4 goals. Nantes winning. OL Saint-Etienne Lyon winning with 2.75 goals for a total 4.34.
Okay, let's see your new market, this multi-goal, how it works in the ACCA and in the game. Thank you, Alain Valnegri. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Bye-bye.
Ciao.